In the history of the Roman Empire, few figures loomed as large as Julius Caesar and Gnaeus Pompey Magnus. In this video, we'll be exploring the life of Pompey, a rival to Caesar and one of the most influential statesmen and military commanders of the Roman Republic. Born in 106 BCE, Pompey was the son of a wealthy Roman family. He began his military career as a young man, serving with distinction in campaigns in Italy and Spain. As his power and influence grew, Pompey became a major figure in Roman politics, playing a key role in several major battles and ultimately becoming a central player in the civil unrest that marked the end of the Republic. Over the course of this video, we'll explore Pompey's life, his rise to power, and his relationship with Caesar, considering the ways that his legacy reverberates in the world today. Gnaeus Pompey Magnus, better known as Pompey, was born in 106 BCE into a well-respected and wealthy family in Rome. His father, Gnaeus Pompey Strabo, was a military commander and politician who had achieved prominence during the Social War. From an early age, Pompey showed an interest in military affairs and aspired to follow in his father's footsteps. As he grew older, he became known for his striking appearance and physical stature, which only enhanced his reputation as a young man of great promise. His background and upbringing provided him with the resources and connections needed to achieve success in Roman society, and he quickly rose through the ranks of the military. Pompey's military career began in earnest during the Jugurthine War, a conflict that took place in North Africa in the late 2nd century BCE. He showed his remarkable military skills and leadership qualities as he played key roles in several successful campaigns against the Numidian king Jugurtha. Later, Pompey returned to Rome, where he was hailed as a hero and given the rare honor of a triumph. In the following years, he continued to demonstrate his talents and effectiveness as a commander in the groundbreaking campaigns in Hispania, where he won several decisive battles against rebel forces and was granted the title, Magnus, meaning, the Great, by the Senate. The Social War, also known as the Italian War, was a significant conflict that took place in Italy in the early 1st century BCE. Pompey played a crucial role in this war by commanding Roman forces and winning several key battles against the insurgent forces of the Italian allies. His cunning tactics and military prowess allowed him to rack up important victories that further raised his status as a respected military leader. In recognition of his contributions, he was awarded the honorific title, Imperator, by the Senate. This was a critical turning point in his career and marked the beginning of his rise to power as one of the most influential figures in Roman history. In the late Roman Republic, Pompey became one of the most influential figures in politics and society, thanks in part to his alliance with Crassus and Caesar in what became known as the First Triumvirate. This alliance enabled Pompey to secure a wide range of powers, including command over Rome's army in Hispania and the power to grant land and other resources to his supporters. He worked with Crassus and Caesar to enact sweeping political reforms and asserted a powerful influence over the Roman Senate. However, as Caesar's power grew and his ambitions for conquest became known, tensions between the three eventually boiled over, leading to the ultimate downfall of the triumvirate. This period marked an important phase in Pompey's political and social rise to power, and altered the course of Roman history in significant ways. In 63 BCE, Pompey played a crucial role in thwarting the Catiline conspiracy, a plot by disgruntled Roman politicians and their allies to overthrow the government. As soon as news of the plot reached him, Pompey took decisive action by gathering his troops and intercepting the conspirators within Rome itself. This act of bravery and leadership earned him widespread popular acclaim and cemented his standing as a powerful figure in Roman politics. He also went on to use the experience gained in suppressing the conspiracy to solidify his political influence and secure yet more powers. This was just one of the many episodes that contributed to his legendary status as both a military leader and a political force. Pompey's influence and power in the Roman Republic continued to grow in the years following his suppression of the Catiline conspiracy. He was granted further powers and allowed to exercise unprecedented influence over the Senate, and was even granted the title of consul without colleague, at one point. However, tensions with Caesar and other political factions eventually led to Pompey's downfall. He was stripped of his powers and privileges, and his political influence waned in the years leading up to his death. Although he remained a powerful figure in Roman history until the end of his life, his decline in power and eventual fall from grace represents a cautionary tale about the complexities and dangers of political power in ancient Rome. Pompey's early political career was marked by military successes and crucial alliances. As a young and ambitious member of the Roman aristocracy, Pompey quickly established himself as a brilliant military commander during his campaigns against the pirates plaguing the Mediterranean Sea. He went on to ally himself with powerful figures like Sulla and Crassus, which further solidified his social and political status. Pompey took a leading role in Sulla's civil war, leading armies to victory and playing a key role in the bloody aftermath that saw thousands of Romans executed or exiled. This period of Pompey's career saw him rapidly rise to power and establish himself as one of the most competent and commanding figures in Roman society. Pompey's term as consul was marked by numerous accomplishments and challenges. During his tenure, he passed several important laws, including one that helped Roman farmers who were struggling financially. He also played a leading role in the Third Servile War, where he defeated the slave army led by Spartacus. However, Pompey also faced significant opposition, including from powerful senators who were jealous of his growing power and influence. Despite these challenges, he was able to successfully complete his term as consul and further his political ambitions, leveraging his success during the Third Servile War to secure even more power and influence in Roman society. Pompey's governorship of Hispania was marked by significant victories and key political reforms. His military campaigns in Hispania saw him conquer entire regions and subdue previously unruly tribes, which helped secure Roman control over the region. He also implemented important policy reforms, including the construction of new roads and aqueducts that made the region easier to govern. Additionally, Pompey continued to expand his personal wealth and power, with some historians even suggesting that he engaged in the systematic looting of Hispania for his own profit. Overall, his time in Hispania was hugely impactful and helped solidify his power and position in the Roman Republic. At the height of his power, Pompey formed an alliance with Julius Caesar, who was then a rising star in Roman politics. Together, the two men were able to overcome a number of political challenges and achieve significant military victories, including the defeat of Mithridates in the east. Pompey and Caesar initially had a cordial relationship, and Caesar even married Pompey's daughter, cementing their familial ties. Although they maintained their alliance for several years, their cordial relationship eventually broke down, and they became bitter rivals competing for power and influence in Roman society. The rivalry between Pompey and Caesar was fueled by a number of factors, including their differing political ideologies and their competition for prestige and power. Pompey was a traditionalist who favored the aristocracy and the republican system of government, while Caesar was a populist who sought to expand the rights of the plebeians. Additionally, both men were immensely popular with the Roman people, and their competition for public adoration only served to intensify their rivalry. Pompey felt threatened by Caesar's growing power and influence, and the two eventually found themselves on opposite sides of a bitter political dispute. The rivalry between Pompey and Caesar eventually boiled over into a full-fledged civil war, with the two men commanding opposing armies. Pompey, who was once one of the most powerful and influential men in Rome, was ultimately defeated by Caesar, and he fled to Egypt in hopes of finding refuge. However, his hopes were dashed when he was assassinated in Egypt, bringing an end to his political career and marking a significant turning point in Roman history. Although he was defeated, Pompey's legacy lived on, and his influence continued to be felt long after his demise. Pompey's military accomplishments were considerable, and his campaigns and victories helped establish Rome as a dominant power in the Mediterranean. He was known for his strategic vision and his ability to inspire his troops. Among his most notable accomplishments were his defeat of the pirates who had long plagued Roman shipping, his successful campaigns in the east, and his conquest of the region of Hispania. These accomplishments solidified Pompey's reputation as one of Rome's greatest military leaders in history. Though he ultimately lost his final battle against Caesar, Pompey's military accomplishments continued to inspire generations of soldiers and leaders in Rome and beyond. In addition to his military accomplishments, Pompey also left a significant impact on Roman politics and governance. He established the first permanent theater in Rome and sponsored lavish public spectacles, which helped cement his popularity with the people. He also passed several laws, including one that allowed him to raise a massive army to fight the pirates, which set a precedent for future generals to do the same. He was instrumental in restructuring the Roman military, and he established a new system for land distribution that benefited veterans. Pompey's influence on Roman politics set a precedent for powerful generals and politicians to emerge in the future and shaped Roman political culture for generations to come. Pompey's legacy had a significant impact on Roman culture and society, and he remained a celebrated figure long after his death. His military accomplishments and political influence inspired many later generations of Romans and helped shape the identity of Rome as a powerful empire. In art and literature, Pompey was often depicted as a heroic figure, and his name became synonymous with martial valor and military might. Later leaders, such as Augustus, sought to emulate Pompey's successes and build upon his legacy, further solidifying his place as an influential figure in Roman history. Even in death, Pompey continued to wield significant cultural influence, leaving an indelible imprint on Roman society. Pompey Magnus was one of the most influential figures of the Roman Republic, and his legacy is still felt today. Though he was a rival to Caesar, he left a lasting impact on Rome long after his death. Pompey's contributions to Roman history include his military genius, his political savvy, and his striking physical presence. He led Rome to victory in numerous campaigns, played a critical role in ending the Third Servile War, and left behind a rich legacy in art and architecture. Although he was eventually defeated by Caesar, his influence can be seen in many aspects of modern life. From the enduring architecture of his time to the political structures he helped to shape, the legacy of Pompey remains an ever-present part of the story of Rome. We hope you enjoyed this video exploring the life of Pompey, a fascinating figure whose impact will be felt for centuries to come.